Hi everyone. In today's video, we are going to go over some of the fundamental components of OCI that are VCN, that is Virtual Cloud Network, the subnets, and compute. So let's start with VCN, that is Virtual Cloud Network. VCN is a system that uses, wireless technology to connect your organizations or your customers to their servers, database, and other devices or components. What VCN does is it uses the digital software rather than the physical components, which in turn means that the organization will end up using less tangible infrastructure than the other type of networks, like you have LAN, your wide area network, that is WAN. Now, this VCN can be deployed on both public and private cloud infrastructure. If organization decide to leverage public infrastructure, or that is the public cloud infrastructure, then they will end up sharing these resources with other vendors or other customers. However, the instances and these services will be completely demarcated using the virtualization technique that uses virtualization software in the backend. However, if organization wants to go for public private cloud infrastructure, then the complete setup is dedicated to the particular organization. Now, there are certain benefits of using this VCN. One of the benefit, like we already discussed, is it is cost effective because it end up using digital components rather than the physical one. Then it is more secure than if organization go for a physical setup. It provides faster performance. It is more scalable. So with this summary or with this background, now let's see how this VCN can be set up on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So once you log into your OCI tenancy, you go to networking, virtual cloud network. You see two options, create VCN and start VCN wizard. So for this demo purpose, I'm going to go with start VCN wizard because it automatically create some of the components for me. So when I click on this, let's click on start VCN wizard. If you see, what it does is it includes creation of VCN, public subnet, which is a compartment or basically a setup that gives you a public IP and a private subnet with your private IP. Then three type of gateways are created: internet gateway, NAT gateway, and service gateway. Now, why do we need these three gateways? So to understand this, let's go back to the drawing that I was showing initially. If you see in this diagram, any instances that you have in your public subnet, if they want to access the internet services, they need to have internet gateway configured. However, any instances that you have in your private subnet that needs access to internet services will have to go through NAT gateway. Your internet gateway will not work in that case. And the last one is service gateway. So there are some regional services that OCI offers, like your object storage. To access those kind of regional services, you will need to configure or to provision service gateways. So all these internet gateways, NAT gateway and service gateway are automatically configured when you go through this wizard. So let's start filling up the information here. I'm going to rename this as VCN demo. I'll keep the default compartment. I'll keep the IPs as it is. Let's click on next. It is giving you a summary information. What it does is it automatically creates some default security list and route tables for you. All these can be modified based on the kind of security setup that you want to implement going forward. Let's click on create. If you see, it is creating everything one by one. This should not take more than few seconds. So let's wait for this to complete. Okay, so all the components are done and your VCN, or that is the virtual cloud network creation, is complete. Let's view it. Okay, as you can see here, the status is available now. That means the VCN is up and running. It will have two subnets, that is the public subnet and private subnet. Then on the left hand side, you see all the information that you can leverage and customize as per the security setup that you want to implement. Like you have your routing tables, security list, NAT gateways, service gateways. If I go to route table, if you see, there are certain configuration that are already done for you. If I go to security list, and there are certain security lists that are pre-configured. If I go to NAT gateway, the NAT gateway is automatically set up with its public IP. So all this setup is automatically created if we go through the VCN wizard. this was a very quick way on how you can go ahead and implement the VCN on your OCI. If you have any questions around it, please drop them in the comment section.